Welcome to Sign Up.
This month, we're in West London at Brentford's training ground.
And coming up, we will be talking to new head coach Keith Andrews on how he's been settling into the new role.
I am not going to be good at this, just so you know.
Welcome to Sign Up. Not so robotic.
I'm not a good dancer either, just so you know.
We'll also be sitting down with Mikkel Damsgaard. Last season, he was voted Player of the Year by the club's fans and players.
If I have an accent, is it harder to understand me?
Yeah, your lip patches are different.
Yeah, exactly. I thought about that.
We'll discuss the latest Premier League stories with Michail Antonio.
You've been deaf all your life? Or?
Whole family deaf.
Oh, okay.
Mum, dad, brother. I grew up signing.
Oh, okay.
And the Deaflympics is about to begin. We'll introduce you to key figures from Great Britain men's and women's football teams, both hoping to bring home a medal.
Plus, we will be joined by a very special guest, Strictly winner, actor, presenter of last year's Paralympics, none other than Ayling-Ellis.
I'm just a bit behind with the treaters, you know,
but
not
you
got time.
always say that, you never catch up with TV.
I know,
But I'm
I know.
going to put you out.
We begin with Keith Andrews. He was set-piece coach at Brentford last season and replaced Thomas Frank in the summer as head coach. You've got great hair, Keith.
It's a bit windswept at the moment.
I said, I'm actually a bit jealous, as I was just saying.
They're natural curls. Yes, okay, good.
Thank you for meeting with us today. So you've always wanted to be a head coach. You've now been in the role for 4 months. Did it live up to expectations?
Yes. It's been a busy few months. There's been a lot of changes at the football club, staff, players. It's been hectic. But it's a club that I know really well from being here for nearly 18 months now. So I knew a lot of the people that I would be working with, players and staff, which I think gave me a real advantage. But it has lived up to the expectations. It's everything I've wanted it to be. And I think the main thing is that the people that I work with make it feel really special, and you've got that culture on a day-to-day basis that is, I think it's very special what we have here. So it's I've enjoyed it. It's been busy but enjoyable.
What would you say you've learnt the most in the role of head coach?
So much. I think you have to, every day brings a different challenge. I knew when I got this job that I would have a lot more responsibility, but then I think you quickly realise that 25, 30 players want to speak to you, communicate with you around why they're not playing. Maybe they want to move football club, family issues, personal issues, and then the same when it comes to the staff as well. So your responsibility really heightens, and you quickly become aware of that your day becomes a lot shorter in terms of the hours that you have to spend on the things that maybe, so you have to prioritise your day really well. Sometimes I don't get around to everything I would like to, so I think the structure of your day and prioritising what's most important on that day. But learning every day, every week, every training session, every interaction with staff, players, I think it's constant development really.
You played under many different managers. Which of those would you say have inspired and influenced you the most?
Lots. Yeah.
Maybe you've taken parts from the different managers and put them all together.
Yeah, definitely. You always learn sometimes what not to do. I think is important. scenarios and incidents where I don't think they've done things particularly well, whether it's an interaction with an individual where they didn't handle that particularly well. That might have been me, or that might have been another teammate of mine. And then the tactics and the approach and the environment that's created, it was a big reason why I wanted to come to this club, because I think the culture is very good and strong, and I think that's been a big part of why the football club has had success. And it's the exact way I think it should be run. So I've taken lots of little bits from managers and coaches and people I've worked with, and brought that together. But ultimately, it's how I believe things should be done. And regardless of my role, I think I still act the same if I was doing any role at the football club. I think it's how you treat people is really, really important.
You played for Wolves and you became captain at a young age of 21. Would you say that you had those natural leader skills from a young age?
Maybe, yeah. I was very loud, always, on the pitch, in the dressing room. Maybe too loud for a young player. And then I think what you need to do is, as you get older, I think you lead in a different way. As you mature, you communicate more concisely rather than based on emotion. And I think then when you go into coaching, that's a really important part. The communication has to be concise, simple. Players need to understand it. Staff, the constant communication, whether it's in team meetings or whether it's on the sideline when you're trying to get little bits of information across to players. I think it's an important part. But I suppose I always had certain levels of, maybe, I don't know whether it was leadership, but I was definitely loud.
Thank you so much. It's been lovely having you here today.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you.
So I am here in the Weir, which is the oldest pub in Brentford, just round the corner from the GTEC Stadium. Unfortunately, Damaris isn't with me today, but I'm joined by none other than Michail Antonio. Michail, thank you so much for coming. Welcome to the show. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So this season, am I right in saying that you trained with Brentford for a bit? What was that like?
Yeah, it was good, to be fair. It was something that I was trying to get a contract at, but while I was training there, I tore my calf, so I'm right now recovering.
All right, well, best of luck with that, fingers crossed with that one. Brentford's manager, Keith Andrews, he seems to be doing very well, I mean, from the outside looking in. How do you see that?
I think he's doing very well. I feel like he's kind of playing some exciting football, where obviously playing some good quality football when they have the time and space to play, and then also not scared to play it simple. Long balls, long throws into the box, and teams are struggling with that.
I want to ask you about a couple of your former clubs, actually. So first one being West Ham United. I mean, you played for them for 10 years. This season, it's not going well. Why do you think that is?
I just feel like they lost the culture, they lost the feel of the club right now. I feel like they need to find that back. Obviously, competence are completely down. And one thing with West Ham, they have the quality. The players that they have there is quality. It's just finding the people to drill them into finding the culture, find their way of playing, and bring them back to who they are.
When West Ham moved to the London Stadium, you were actually the first player to score, which is an incredible achievement. But do you think that move from Upton Park, famous Berlin ground, to the London Stadium, was that a good move?
It's a difficult question, because obviously to grow the club, it was very good financially for the club, and obviously you need finances to make big signings. So I feel like that was a good move. For the culture of the club, I don't really think it was. I feel like families had season tickets there for years, and fans were together for years in the same seats where it didn't really have to move. I feel like the move kind of brought a chaos to that, because people who were sat next to each other for years moved to the London Stadium and they were spread it around the stadium. So people who were sat together for 50, 60 years were now no longer sat with each other, and it kind of lost the effectiveness of the fans.
Also, you obviously played for Nottingham Forest. At the time of our last episode, Ange Postecoglou had just arrived. Now he's been sacked and Sean Dyche has come in. Do you feel like there's an element of confusion there for the Nottingham Forest players?
It is a big mess. It is very confusing for players, but end of the day, players have to be professional and they have to go out and do a job, and that's what they did on the weekend. Not the weekend, sorry. When I was there on Thursday, got a great result straight away against an unbeaten Porto team. And the qualities that they were playing, the qualities that they were showing, which they showed last year, I feel like Sean Dyche has come in, made it quite simple, played people in the positions that they really want to play in, and the players have gone out and thrived.
I have to ask you, do you think either of those clubs, West Ham or Nottingham Forest, could be relegated this season?
It's a difficult question. Obviously, I've got a soft spot for both teams. I had an unbelievable year at Nottingham Forest. I was at 10 years at West Ham. I feel Nottingham Forest under Sean Dyche have not had much of a change because Ange was there only for 30 days. Whereas right now, the confidence of West Ham, the feel around the club right now, it just seems very difficult. And if they can't change this around quite quickly, then it's going to be very difficult for them to pull themselves out, because right now they are in the bottom two and adrift from safety as well.
I have to mention as well, of course, Sunderland. I mean, newly promoted, they're sitting fourth in the Premier League as we speak, which is just incredible. What do you think about Sunderland at the minute?
They have surprised me massively. Like, I cannot believe how well they're doing this year. Like, when they beat West Ham at the beginning of the season, I was like, oh my God, West Ham performed so badly. But it's not them. It's not how badly West Ham performed. It's actually how well Sunderland are actually doing. They have come and they've showed the fearlessness that they have, and the qualities that they're showing is unbelievable.
I think it's actually important for the Premier League, because we've seen in the last 2 seasons the 3 teams that came up went straight back down. We need a good promoted team, you know that. So best of luck, Sunderland. Thank you for coming in and chatting to us. We really enjoyed talking to you. Best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much, and thank you for having me.
After the break, we will be heading back to Brentford to interview Mikkel Damsgaard. And we'll be chatting with star, presenter, actor, author Rose Ayling-Ellis. Welcome back. I am here with actor, presenter and author Rose Ayling-Ellis. Rose, hi. How are you doing? Fantastic to have you here on Sign Up. Firstly, I'd like to discuss the Deaflympics, if we may. The tournament is beginning very shortly on the 15th of November in Tokyo. It's the pinnacle of deaf sport, without a doubt, with representatives from all over the world, but a lot of people don't know much about it. Can you tell us a bit more, please?
A lot of people are very surprised when I tell them that the Olympics, the Deaflympics that are 24, almost over 100 years. So, also, a lot of people do the Deaflympics more fun. 3,000 athletes over 80 countries.
That's fantastic. GB are participating in 7 different sports. There's football, athletics, swimming, tennis, cycling, golf, shooting. It's incredible, the variety there. You were in a fundraising event recently, weren't you, for GB? What was that? Who were you involved with?
I knew that a lot of that Olympic money, funding, not enough money. I wanted to use my platform to bring awareness that we Deaflympics They was trying to raise money. We tried to raise money on Zoom. That was an effect.
As you know, a lot of athletes, well, actually all of our GB athletes do not receive funding, and that's an issue. How do we change that?
Probably a load of people don't know about it, the lack of awareness, why they want to fund, and it's about business, about money. But the more we're aware now, the more people want to work, the more demand have, meaning grow. And now money increase, hopefully, fund more.
Well, yeah, fingers crossed, and hopefully government can help.
No. Well, how can we ask him if he's not doing anything?
Well, hopefully that will change, one day, especially if GB do well at the Deaflympics, we get a medal, we increase our profile, the government take notice, who knows what the future holds. But do you have a message for those GB Deaflympians who are representing us out there and the fans?
I want to say, I want them to please bring something or get a lot of medals. And I know that they will work so hard. They work hard because they sometimes have a job at the same time. Some athletes, Paralympics and Olympics, they have luxury or train full time. Definitely doing that. So I don't have this special lot. So I hope to bring them home.
Yes, fingers crossed. So Damaris and I are both heading to Tokyo. We're doing some presenting work out there and we're really looking forward to it. But you presented the Paralympics live on Channel 4 last year. First deaf presenter ever on that. What was that like?
I enjoyed it a lot, but definitely the most hardest thing I've ever done.
Ever?
Ever. It was so hard. So I have huge respect for presenting live TV, especially with sport. Because when I first been approached about this job, that offered me the job, they want me. I actually have to say, you sure you got the right person, because I never presented my life them. And I got about sport. You should write. There's someone that want me to be to Claire Borden, gave her a dynamic Claire Borden.
Claire, nice.
Because she's a big brain Borden. So, they are always so clever. Because she means she knows everything. They don't want to balance me asking a question what that always was. And balance it out and keep it. Ask the question. A lot of people would be brave enough to ask well.
Okay.
It's interesting with the Paralympics. Interesting. It's amazing experience. We went where the swimming pool, load of bang, loud and playing but working.
Good atmosphere.
Sometimes we'd be talking in serious about sport, but Frenchmen come out, swimmer. Then we'd have to can't hear anything, so we have a microphone really good at down, blocking, but we can't hear it at all. So. But we did it.
Thank you so much, Rose, for coming in. It's been great having you here. Right, we've discussed the Deaflympics. The men's football team head coach is Memnos Costi. Memnos is preparing for Japan. Let's take a look. Memnos there, I could feel his passion, his energy for the cause for GB, incredible. After the break, we'll show you our interview with the Deaf GB women's captain and Brentford's Mikkel Damsgaard.
Welcome back to Brentford's training ground. Time now for our interview with the club's Danish midfielder, Mikkel Damsgaard.
In the summer just gone, there were a lot of changes at the club, players leaving, new players coming in, coaches leaving, for example. How have you adapted to that?
Yeah, it's been interesting. It's definitely a big summer. As a lot of things we need to adapt to. But I think the way Keith's come in, and I think we're keeping the same culture, the same kind of vibe in the team, even though we had some big players leaving. The vibe and the culture is still the same, so it's been pretty natural.
So in terms of bedding in new signings, has that gone smoothly, do you think?
Yeah, I think so. I think the players we have come in with big voices and good level. So I think it's been nice to see. It's definitely different, and they had some big shoes to fill after, for example, Christian Nørgaard was leaving as a big voice in the team. I think Jordan Henderson is coming in and being a big voice in the team now. So I think, it's definitely some big roles we had to fill out, but I think, people are settling in and doing a good job.
Last season, you had such a good connection with Mbumo and with Wisa. With both of them leaving, I mean, you've got to get used to a whole new setup. How's that been?
Yeah, it's been good. I think it's been interesting. I think it's been really good to see players like Thiago now, known him for a while, and he has some tough injuries, but it's good to see him performing, and he's worked so hard to get back, and he works so hard every day. So it's really good to see him taking that responsibility. And I think we lost 39 goals with Brian and Wissa leaving. So it's good to see that he's scoring, and hopefully our offensive players can kind of keep going throughout the season.
Tell us where you were born and when you got into football.
I was born in a small town in Denmark called Ayling-Ellis. A very small town. And I got into football. I've always played football since I was 4 years old. My dad, he loved football when he was younger, and he used to play not on a very high level, but he used to play. So it's just always been a thing for me, playing football.
So at the age of 19, you signed for Sampdoria, an Italian club. You moved to Italy at such a young age. Was it difficult adapting to life in Italy?
Well, for sure, yeah. It's definitely difficult with not speaking the language and going there alone in Corona times. Being there alone for a long time was definitely sad at some points, but thankfully I made some good friends in the team and some good friends out of football that helped me a lot. And it was also a very joyful experience. I got to play in a league, and I remember my debut playing against Juventus and Cristiano Ronaldo was so huge for me as well. So it was definitely an exciting time.
Must have been nervous as well.
I was so nervous. I was definitely so nervous getting into that game. But it also felt, like I belonged, and it felt good playing on that kind of stage.
Whilst you were in Italy, you were diagnosed with a form of arthritis. It must have been a worrying time for you. How do you cope with that now?
I try not to think too much about it now. I think I'm over it. I'm not on any medicine anymore, and I feel fit and I'm healthy, so I don't think about it much anymore. But it was definitely a very, very hard time, and a time where I wasn't really sure what was going to happen and what was going on. So a tough period, but again, try to live in the moment and try to get through the tough periods and just live your day.
Aside from training and matches and all of that, how do you switch off?
Now I just became a father, so it's pretty easy. So
congratulations.
Thank you very much. So I go home and I take care of him and spend time with my wife, and that's pretty how much the days goes by these days.
And do you manage to get out in the city much? Any favourite spots in London that you have?
Not really. I've never been a going out much kind of guy. Me and my missus are stay-at-home kind of people, so we love to stay home, watch a movie and chill.
Yeah, we'll take him out, Rolf. We'll show him London.
So you're the type of person who prefers to chill at home. What's your favourite TV series or film?
Oh, there's some good ones. I think all-time TV series has to be Game of Thrones. It's just too good. Except
I
for the
haven't
last
seen
season.
it yet.
Oh wow!
I haven't watched it.
No,
Okay,
you
sorry.
definitely have to watch
sorry
that.
to say that.
Yeah, get a little bit offended there.
I will add it to the list. Okay, you go out in London a little bit more and I'll watch Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
It's been lovely talking to you today. Thank you so much.
you too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, we'll focus on another GB star heading to the Deaflympics in Japan. Mandy Troddyn is the captain of the women's team. She juggles that with family life and being a teacher for the deaf. Let's have a look.
The captain today is going to be Mandy, because you've been there for such a long time. We need your leadership. We need you to support the team going forward. Okay, so well done.
We need to be playing at your best ability and don't give up. Keep going, keep your heads up, communicate, and the most important thing is just to enjoy the game.
so lovely to see Mandy there. I remember being one of the older players at GB. When I was captain, Mandy was one of the young players in the team, so it's nice to see her now become captain and to hopefully inspire the younger players. We want to wish DeaflympicsGB the very best of luck, and we will be there. We're so excited.
We can't wait. Thank you to all our brilliant guests from today's episode and everybody here at Brentford for welcoming us today. Remember, you can watch all of our episodes on YouTube. Join us again next month as our tour of Premier League clubs continues. Goodbye.
Bye.